Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I certainly hope everybody can hear me. It's like I had 2 streams going at the same time. Now I really hope people can hear me because I can't find the podcast like at all. Like it's not even saying that I'm live. So I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck's going on. So just let me, it's just the damnedest thing I've ever seen. All right. All right, I can. All right, I just found it. I just found my own stream. My bad, guys. For some reason, the way you have to set this up, I think I hit one of the wrong buttons. So I do apologize. So what is going on, people? What is going on? Shout out to everybody that's here. This is just a like I said, I got off work. I got a lot of running to do tomorrow. RGT is going to be fire tomorrow, outright fire. You all know I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to come in like a wrecking ball. You know, so you all need to tune in to Big Cloud's podcast tomorrow because thou shalt bust cheeks all day long. But first, I have to do some hopping around, so I won't be home till 2 o'clock. So I wanted to do a little late night love with you all. So shout out to everybody that is here, and shout out to all the members. Shout out to True Vergil. Shout out to you, brother. Ice Queen Gaming. How are you doing? Paul G. Emyus 17. Lone to Wander. Dribble Piss. You got to love somebody named Dribble Piss. MegaDavo, what is happening? Phillip Sin 22, SuperLoomingHeyna, and can't forget about the finest, the newest member, the finest. Shout out to him for just shout out to all the things he's doing. Shout out to all you all for supporting the channel the way you do, especially everything that's going on. You all can go to 10,000 different channels, and I do appreciate you all swinging by here and hanging out with an old man. Hit that like button if you don't mind. If you don't mind at all. Oh, okay. Well, if that happened, I will definitely, my condolences to Big Cloud. I assume there will not be an RGT tomorrow because of that. I'm just assuming that if one is not tomorrow, I may do something around 5 o'clock. I don't know if I'll do a game stream or something like that. So, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get it crack-a-lacking. And so shout out to everybody that's here. Again, condolences to Big Cloud if that is yeah. There's no reason to think that's not true. So condolences to him. Okay. And so I'm certainly hope he's doing okay. So you all keep him in your thoughts and prayers, please. So shout out to everybody that's here. This is going to be broken into 2 different segments. Okay, guys? I certainly hope you want to bear with me. I'll start out with myself. I'm starting out with the show itself. Okay? The show itself, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, almost a 9. I thought it was phenomenal. I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw yesterday. And so we'll start with the big announcement. I thought there were 2 giant announcements. The Sony bookend their show with 2 announcements. The Final Fantasy 16 being a console exclusive. The fact that there's a Final Fantasy 16, that's phenomenal. Okay, that alone is worth something else. Also, if you didn't know, on PlayStation Now. You see the PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus, you can get Final Fantasy 15 for free. So now generally Final Fantasy does not have a direct sequel. It's had a couple. I know 13-2 and I think 10-2. Yeah, 10-2 was I beat 10 and 10-2. So for me, Final Fantasy, I beat 8, 9, 10, and 10-2. and I was playing 13 on the Xbox, and I felt like I was the only one playing on it. There's only like 300,000 copies sold. So yeah, but that game opened it up. So let me see your scores for the actual show. What did you all give the show? Okay, the actual games at the show. We're gonna run through the games they show. Okay, man. Wait a minute. Here we go. Ah, yeah. You know what's happening. You know what time it is. So yeah. I mean, yeah. First things first. If BitCloud's aunt has passed, then yeah. All right. So a 9 out of 10, a 10. Okay. I see Lincoln Clay up here. Lincoln Clay, what's up, man? I didn't see you up there. Tekken God Jets, what's happening, people? Sir X Sandman X, what's going on? Nighthawk Afterburner, how are you doing, brother? Nighthawk Afterburner be everywhere. He's over at he be watching J-Tech. He's over at Marlin. Shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation. Yeah, it's time for a Craig Weiser. You know, I see a lot of 10s, 9 out of 10. All right. So, yeah, your first game was Final Fantasy 16. Right off the bat, they came out and had a mic drop moment. Whether you know it or not, Final Fantasy is a huge game. That's a humongous IP. Okay? It's a giant IP. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. That blew me away right there. The very next game they showed, and again, Final Fantasy 16 was running on a PC. It was emulated to look like something that would be on PS-5. So it was not NOT. What's up, Rollo God? It was not running on a PlayStation 5. Okay, but right there, that's where it ended. Okay, Chris B, what's happening? New member, I do appreciate it. Grudia Legends is still the top donator. So, and let me tell you this right now, just so you know, Grudia will hold that over you all's head. So, but I see a lot of 10s, another 10. Okay, it looks like you all enjoyed the show. Next after that was Spider-Man, and again, I don't know if you guys have watched this in 4K yet. Jeez. Jeez. Louise. And not only that, but you got White Zaddy talking about it had ray tracing. So again, that's according to them, not according to me. You know, now they said they looked at it, and just by looking at it, that's what they think. I don't know if you all saw that, but according to them, they had that. So wow. So yeah, it's that's somebody's got to explain to me, and I put a message out to King Thrash that I need to know how RDNA 1 is doing ray tracing, hardware based ray tracing. So shout out to King Thrash. Hopefully he said he's working on a video, so we'll keep an eye on that. So let's see here. We'll get to a whole launch thing and the pre-order. I promise you guys, I'm not gonna wilter out on that. So I promise you. So after that, the Hogwarts game, the Harry Potter game, which looks like an RPG to me because it showed one person. It didn't really show the guy's face, but it showed like different characters. And, for full representation, one of the wizards they showed was a black kid. So again, now whether that's a playable character, whether that's just a demo character, don't know. But it looks like an RPG. Again, looked interesting. Definitely I will keep my eye on it. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter at all. Okay, I'm a huger fan of Lord of the Rings, and but I give credit. This game was there. Shout out to them. This was followed by a Black Ops trailer. Now, I'm not a Black Ops fan. You all know I can't stand the whole call in the B2 and get one man army. But Black Ops is that game looked phenomenal. That game was running on PS5. Okay, every game from Spider-Man down was running on PS5. And you all saw that yourselves. The airplane chase down the runway. Again, they stole that scene from Gears of War 4. I don't know if you all played Gears 4, but there's a scene that's just like that. I don't think you have a little drone car, but it's similar to that. Probably one of the best scenes in that game for Gears 4. as far as action sequences. But overall, Black Ops looked fantastic. And if you don't know, if you don't remember, Black Ops Alpha starts, tonight at midnight Eastern Time? I don't know if it's midnight Eastern Time or 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Shout out to Jay Barry. He would definitely know. So I mean, the people who want to play it, it's available tonight on PS4. It's a cross-gen game. So is Spider-Man Miles Morales. And let me get that out of the way right now. There's actual articles that you all can go back and pull up that clearly stated that Sony was going to support their games, the PS4 console, 1 to 2 years after launch. I mean, I can pull an article from last year if you want me to. Okay? But you all can do your own research on that one. You all can unpack that one. Now, let me finish by saying this. If you are upset because Sony put three games on PS4 that made them cross-gen, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm not going to argue with people. Again, I'm excited about what I saw. And if anybody wants to jump on, just tell me to open up the Discord. We'll open it up. So just let me know. So again, let me make that clear. If you're upset about that, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, I'm not going to argue with anybody. I'm too old. Okay, I mean, you're a consumer. You have the absolute right to be disappointed and upset. But if you are upset that they did that and you're throwing a temper tantrum, don't buy the console. So I'll give a shout out to OBJ the Don. Shout out to my man OBJ the Don. OBJ the Don said he's not buying a PS5, and let me make this clear. I have no issue with OBJ the Don. Okay, people were tweeting me today. You know, I was at work answering like, nah, man, no. OBJ the Don standing 10 toes down, saying I'm disappointed. I'm not going to buy one. I respect that. What I don't respect is somebody who swears up and down they got violated in some type of sexual nature, like an alien came and abducted them and got medieval on their ass. Okay, and then went out within I don't know, 15, 20 minutes after you could pre-order, and then put a screenshot up. That right there is, I don't respect that at all. If you don't want to buy one, don't buy one. Okay? And let me make that clear. That's for the people who have an issue with the 3 games going to PS4. Because nobody complained when The Last of Us, which is a PS3 game, went to PS4. Nobody complained when Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 went to the PS4. That's a reality. Okay? So, but again, let me make this clear. If you're upset about it, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. Okay? Well, let me open it up here, Pablo. And I got to go to this thing. You all know. You know I love you to death when I open up the damn Discord because, you know, Discord is trash. So, see if it will open. Hell. All right, there's a little circle going. All right, so we'll continue with the games. Resident Evil 8. And again, the alpha for Call of Duty is available, like I said, in the next 3 to 5 hours on PS4. If you want to play it. Okay? If you want to play it. So is it not opening up? Here we go. It says checking for updates. Now I'm just waiting on it. And waiting on it. And waiting on it. All right, well, I'm waiting on it. So, let's see here. So, Resident Evil 8, they showed that. Again, everything was running on PS5. Okay? Everything was running on PS5. So, so Resident Evil 8, again, I'm buying that. Okay? It's called Village. And again, remember, somebody put out a fake tweet saying it was having trouble playing on it. I mean, I didn't see any issues yesterday, but hey, I mean, I'm not a computer whiz. Okay, I don't software develop. So, all right, the next game they showed was Deathloop, And again, Deathloop's developers have already commented that the game will be 4K 60 FPS. Again, they showed it running on a they showed it running on a PS5. Shout out to them. Then they showed an interesting game, Devil May Cry. That's a special edition. So I'm not for sure on that. I'm still looking into Devil May Cry. Let me see here. Okay. Pablo, if you want to go to the round table. Hold on. All right. Go to the round table. Go to the public conversation node. So I'm in the round table public conversation node for you, brother. Now let me go to my settings because I have to turn on the desktop audio, I think, to hear you. So I can go ahead and get my tech skills going. And then there we go. So I got desktop audio turned on. So hopefully that will get you so we can hear your voice. I know sometimes I've had people on and I can't hear them. All right, now I'm coming back. So there it is. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Chris B. He has upgraded his membership to the Majestic level. All righty, Chris. Well, that gets you the one-on-ones. It's for anybody in Majestic. That gets you the one-on-ones. Yeah, I can hear you, brother. Let me. I'm introducing my new member here. Is there a Discord link? Well, technically there is, but I have no idea how to use it. So, but it's through the round table. I'm using that because I know Pablo, the real P3, he has a link to that one because he's been on their show. But yeah, upgraded Majestic to Majestic. I appreciate you, brother. Again, if you let me see here. Let me see if I can find how to do the Discord link. It says public conversation, create invite. I do not see you.
I can send the one from the round table if some people want to join that.
Yeah, if you can send him one from the round table.
Yeah.
That is for
That's
Chris.
The round table link right there, guys.
All right. Yeah, so if you're in the round, if for the members, you're not a member, don't be trying it. I am not in the mood. I'm in a good mood, but actually, if you want to jump on, you all can jump on. Why the hell not? We'll bring the wall down today. So we'll bring it down today. So you all go ahead and jump on if you want to, if you dare. But if you're coming in here on some BS, thou shalt bust y'all cheeks. Okay? So everybody's been warned. So, but all right then. So the next game. Well, Pablo, how you been doing, man? How's that 8-core, 16-thread, 2700X doing?
Hey, man. I ain't worried about that 2700X. I'm looking at that Zen 2 PS-5, baby.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that went out and bought one. Chris B, again, the one-on-ones, any games you want me to stream that I have, I will stream. Anything at any point, just let me know. And now, if you want to see me play something I don't have, that means unfortunately you have to dig deep, and but I'll go buy it. Just let me know. And any one-on-ones or anything like that, I talk movies. I talk more than just games. Put it like that. There's whole lot going on in the world. I can talk politics. Whatever. I'm here for everybody. I do a little bit of everything. So PUG channel says, you dare show up after the PS5 price release date being released. Well, I told you guys you were going to get a release date and price. I mean, that wasn't hard. So, but moving on, Oddworld was next, which I know a lot of people are kind of like, why are they bringing back Oddworld? But again, that's just a little niche game that I think the developers do like that game. I don't know what the hell this Five Nights at Freddy's is. I mean, somebody would have to explain what exactly a Five Nights at Freddy's is. So, but they showed that, again, all games running on PS5. They showed Fortnite. That was running on the Unreal 5 engine, guys. I don't know if you all knew that. Don't know if you knew that or not. So, then they showed the PPC, which is the PlayStation Collection. And that looks like, and I haven't done a ton of research on it yet, that does look like from the actual, that you're going to be able to play all their games like 20. They had like 20 games. They said everything from not Death Stranding. Days Gone was in there. Looks like they struck another deal to get Detroit Become Human in there. Still no word as of right now whether those games will scale or have different frame rates or anything. Nothing's been confirmed. Nothing's been nothing. So doesn't mean it won't, but means it may. I don't know. So then finally, when they bookend their show, they showed they gave a show. You heard a voiceover from God of War. So which again blew me away. I'm like, oh my god. Now it said it was coming out in 2021, which I don't believe. I understand that's the target date. So yeah, but shout out to Sony. This show was fantastic. Digital version of the PS5 then was released at $399. I think for what you're getting with the tech that's inside of it, pure gaming machine, 10 T-flops of Navi power. I think that's a great price. I'm a physical guy, so I'm trying to find the physical version of the PS5. That way I can keep watching my 4K videos. With that said, I already have a 4K dedicated video player, so that's it. What did I buy yesterday? I bought the headset. The headset, if you don't know, is $100. So and remember, I thought it was going to be like $129, so I got that price wrong, but that's fine. I was able to go buy it. Pablo, your thoughts on the show, the games that we saw running on the PS5?
It was definitely a great show. I thought it was one of the better shows throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
They showed a lot of different genres, a lot of different varieties for different types of people that want to play different types of games. I was just a little bit disappointed with the crouching stuff, but that's they didn't talk about that in the show. But the show
Mm-hmm.
itself was great. Spider-Man looked great.
Yeah.
God of War was a surprise.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to hear about that so soon.
Mm-hmm.
The Final Fantasy 16 was a big get. That's gonna get a lot of people, especially in Japan. That's gonna push the numbers a lot in Japan.
Yeah.
Because people love Final Fantasy over there. So and even in the U.S. as well. So that's a big gift for them. What
Mm-hmm.
else was shown there? I forgot what else was shown there. That's all I can remember at the moment because they show so many stuff. But
Well, they
it
showed
was a really good show, man.
the Hogwarts game, the Black
Oh
Ops.
yeah, that looked great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that looked great. Black Ops looked really good. I love what they did with the animations with Black Ops. They kind of tweaked it a little bit. I like that you can grab somebody and hold them hostage and just kick them and attaching a grenade to them, kind of like akin to like Gears of War or something like that, but like in first person. So they had a really good show, man. There was a good mix of like everything on there. Even the DMC stuff was kind of cool, like getting those little upgrades.
Yeah.
So that was good. I'd give it if I have to rate it, probably a 9 out of 10. And I give it a 9 because even though the DMC thing was cool, they probably could have taken that out and put that on a press release or something.
Yeah.
But besides that, it was an almost perfect show.
Yeah. If you don't know, Jim Ryan has said that 99% of the PS4 games are backwards compatible right now on PS5.
Yeah. How does that? Because I'm confused about this. So, like, especially on the digital side, because there's a lot of digital games that I've bought on the PSN store.
Yeah.
Like any digital game that I've gotten that will carry over on the PS5.
Yes.
Okay. I just need you gave me better clarification than Jim Ryan did. This man talking about 99%. Like, just give it to me blunt, man.
Well, 99% is not 100%. So, but it's still. I mean, we still haven't heard anything yet. Again, let me get to the pre-order hot mess now. Let me make this clear. This is 90% on Sony, even though it's not all their fault. It's 90% not their fault, but I'm blaming them for the 90%. What was supposed to happen, and shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation, what was supposed to happen was that you were not supposed to be able to pre-order till today at between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. That's what was supposed to happen. But because these retailers over the last 7 months have absolutely been gotten their butts kicked by COVID and people not buying things and them losing money, a lot of these retailers put this stuff out early. They put it out so early they weren't supposed to. So Walmart, at least my understanding with Walmart is that you couldn't get one from Walmart till today. I mean, I could be wrong, but Walmart, Costco, Myers, because I checked Myers and Myers didn't even have any. You know, that website came back with a WTF you talking about. You know, so. But again, I'm not, but let me make this clear. Anybody, and this is for everybody who went out and pre-ordered one, there's a very good chance, and I said this weeks ago, there's a very good chance you won't get it. You're going to have to wait because, and again, this is nothing against Sony. The same thing happened with the Xbox 360. If you go back to the 360 launch, if you weren't there in line the first night, there was anywhere from a 4 to 6 month delay. At least in my area where I live, it took me till March of the following year to get a 360. So, and what you're looking at is the possibility that some people are going to have that money. And I don't know how the pre-order works. I don't know if now let me ask you, Pablo, because you pre-ordered. So shout out to you for getting the pre-order. Does the money come out right then, or do they hold, or do they just say, okay, this is just on hold, and then when this comes in and you pick up, they charge? How does that work? I think at Amazon they were saying that it just goes into like a stasis, and then when the product ships, that's when it comes out. So
yeah, we can hear you. So the way I went about it, I didn't do it the way most people did. I actually went to GameStop and put like a payment down on it.
Yeah, I saw
like
your receipt. Yeah, 50. Yeah, I saw you put 50 on it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but somebody did tell me that if you, I don't know which retailer it was, but there's like some retailers that you can pay by PayPal, but they don't take your money out immediately. So when the thing actually ships, they actually charge you for it. But I'd imagine on Amazon they would do that because I know Amazon they don't charge you until it actually gets shipped. Sometimes there's several occasions where they do charge you immediately right on the spot because I guess it gets shipped like quickly depending on the item. But for the most part, they don't charge you until it gets shipped. But I don't know if that's for every retailer though.
Okay.
Hi, I'm sorry for cutting in on y'all like this. I just wanted to tell you just a few minutes ago now, Walmart was drip feeding them through. You'd see the pre-order button pop up. I got a second one pre-order. I have one on Amazon and one on Walmart.com that's pre-ordered. They were popping up here and there, both digital and physical, over the course of a few minutes. You'd see the button line up every bit. Mm-hmm. So if either of y'all are interested.
Oh yeah, I'm interested, but I won't be able to get one.
I just want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Why all y'all motherfuckers buying like 50 goddamn PS5s? Y'all gotta let everybody eat.
Well, no,
I'm not doing it intentionally. It's purely because Amazon has, because that was where I got my first one at, and they have a reputation of randomly canceling pre-orders.
Yeah.
That happens to me. The Walmart one is a backup. If one of them gets confirmed, the other one's immediately canceled. I don't do that mess. Unless, of course, somebody in our community, I mean like, Craig's people, J-Do's people, if somebody needs an extra one, I'll be more than happy to sell it to them so they know that they're guaranteed a console.
Oh, yeah, well, sell it to me if you get two. I will wire you the money when you tell me to. So, that's if you have two, if you don't have somebody in your family that's immediately needing it. And if I can't get one.
Craig, I'm basically the only one who really games in my family except for my uncle, and my uncle, he's one of those, he's happy with his PS4 right now kind of people. Mm-hmm. If you're good with that, because I pre-ordered another physical. If I get both of them, I'd be more than happy to send you one. I don't have a problem with that.
Let me know, and I'll pay for shipping. Let's keep me in the loop, and I'll pay for shipping. Okay, I'll throw in a Vic for you. So if you
both consoles are, because one is a pre-ordered on Walmart and the other one is on Amazon. Both of them have said that there will be free shipping for me in terms of those getting here. But also keep in mind that Sony's actual website, the direct.playstation.com, I think is the website.
Yeah.
They have not had pre-orders. They've not had pre-orders go live yet, and somebody said yesterday that might happen on Friday. So keep an eye on that as well.
Absolutely.
If anyone's interested, but I'd be more than happy to send you this one, Craig.
Yeah. Well, let me know. Just keep me in the loop, brother. Just keep me in the loop. So, like I said, I'll pay for shipping. I'll throw a little extra on there too if it works out. I mean, it may not. Like I said, somebody in your family, you may want to. I mean, I understand that. So, and they, but yeah, just keep me in your thoughts and prayers when that time comes around. So,
As long as you're okay with the physical.
I prefer the physical, but it's like I said, that's fine. Shout out to Eric. I'm hating him right now. First of all, he's a Raiders fan, and then second of all, shout out to the $2 hollers, and he got 2 at Target. You lucky son of a bitch, you. So yeah, and again, guys, just don't get upset if they oversell, because that's going to be the next thing people are going to be screaming about. Is that they oversold and stuff like that. So, but like I said, this is 90% on Sony because they told everybody that the pre-orders, they were going to give everybody an ample notice, which 24 hours is an ample notice, but they didn't do that. They gave you I don't know what, 10 seconds?
This way, when I got off work yesterday, 20 minutes after the event ended, I called my local GameStop and they told me they had nothing on pre-orders. I get home about 15 minutes to an hour later. 5 minutes after I get home, 30 miles away, mind you, I get a call saying the pre-orders went live.
Yeah, I saw I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, damn. I mean, that's all I can say. So, I mean, like I said, this what people I hope are ready for, and I don't want this to happen, is that if you pay for it, that's why I asked Pablo, did they take the money out of your account like as soon as you bought it, or do they take it out after it technically ships to you? Because I'm not for sure how that works.
I mean, it would. I mean, in most cases, like if you're just getting something that's already out, it would charge you after it gets shipped. So when I don't know how they do it when it comes to like pre-order stuff, like with consoles. But I'd imagine like when November 12th comes around, they'll charge you for it when it gets shipped, and then you'll get it like a couple days after or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, they actually tell you whenever you pre-order the things that your account does not get charged until shipment. Like basically what they'll do is, because I've pre-ordered several things before, like this. What they do is whatever date it is, because they actually send it to you early, but they only do that to make try to get it to you on launch day. For example, I pre-ordered like the new headset and all that stuff earlier. When I got the Ellie edition from the Sony Direct website here a while back, it actually, about a week before the game was supposed to go, they tried to charge my account. Something happened there, but I got another one done, so it was all right. Anyway, basically that weekend, the previous Saturday before, because it was a Friday next, we're going to charge my account. When that time come, they were going to ship it. I think they said like 2 days prior, so you get it there on time.
Oh wow! Well, like I said, man, shout out to everybody that went out and got one. Like I said, I was a little bit jealous, and then I'm like, well, I was always going to wait. I did get the headset though. So now, what exactly comes in the PlayStation 5? Is it just the PS5 and then the DualSense, no accessories, or what did you all get? Okay, all right.
So basically, you get the console. Obviously, the controller comes with it. All the little essentials that you use to plug in the console to your TV. I think they'll also be giving you like a little PS Plus type code because they want you to when they showed off the PS Plus collection, they want you to be able to get all those games day one.
Yeah.
So they'll probably give you maybe like a 2-week I want to say like a month, but it'll probably be like a 2 week trial for the PS Plus, and then you can download all those collections, all those classic PS4 games that have come out in the last couple of years. So it'll
Yeah,
come with that little booklet and shit, typical shit.
yeah.
And I don't know if it'll come with. They might give you like a discount code too. I noticed that they did that with a couple of PS4 bundles, but this is the one we're getting is just a regular edition, like console. So I don't know
Mhm.
if they'll do that, but they'll probably throw in some stuff like that. That's just me speculating. It's
Yeah.
not like the
Well,
confirmed
no, you're fine.
confirmation,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
I mean, just like like an educated guess
Right.
that's probably what it's gonna be, like all
No,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, like I said,
Also,
I don't know how that worked. I mean, I just saw that's the whole thing. And I opened, and when I said this, all the people that threw a bitch fit yesterday, and I'm not going to argue with anybody, but don't order the damn console. Like, if you got upset, because there are people who actually thought, and this is what I'm seeing today on my Twitter timeline. I'm seeing people saying that they thought next gen was going to be something that it wasn't. That's not Microsoft's fault. That's not Sony's fault. That's your fault. When NVIDIA came out and whipped it out, when that Jensen dude with a leather jacket from 1968 whipped it out and whipped out those 3 or 4 cars and said, "This is $500. This is $700." They in essence took the consoles that would have been high. I would consider them almost high tier. They pushed them back down to mid tier. Literally, like that's what he did. So anybody expecting anything different than that is, I mean, you're getting 4K, you're getting 4K 60, you're getting 120 FPS. You're getting full definition. You're getting HDR. You're getting ray tracing. I say that's a pretty good win for you guys, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with people. If you feel like you got ripped off, if you feel like that, you got lied to. I am not going to argue with people who think they got lied to. If you got lied to, then so be it. But don't buy the console. I don't want to see screenshots of you buying the console, or you getting in line, or you pre-ordering, because that's hypocrisy. That is like me saying I had a horrible dinner at Ruth Chris, and then and I videotape it. I'm bitching and moaning. I do a podcast about it, and then a week later, I have a selfie stick, and I'm walking into Ruth Chris. So like, because you're gonna be like, Craig, you just did a podcast a week ago saying that food was trash. What are you doing? Oh, come on, man. You know how it is. That ain't the way it works, So, but that's just my opinion. Let me make that clear. If you want to say you got lied to, if you want to say you got led astray and run amok, so be it. I mean, Sony lied so bad that the damn console's selling out in 30 seconds. That's how bad the lie was. So, it's they know you want this. So they don't. It doesn't matter. And again, let me make this clear. I don't like that they lied. I don't like that they didn't handle this the way it could have been handled. But this shit got out of their hands, and it was over. Katie barred the door. Y'all go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to overtalk y'all.
I don't know if y'all discussed this or not. My mind was elsewhere as I'm watching things. Like I'm watching sites, watching emails, because I'm looking for basically if anybody who's still interested, I'm trying to keep an eye open so I can say, hey guys, the pre-orders here are open, blah blah blah. Anyway,
Appreciate that.
I don't know if y'all mentioned this or what. Believe it or not, I think that's how what's his face? Good grief, King Thresh got his last night when I got mine from Amazon.
Yeah.
But apparently the PS5 is also supposed to come with a stand. I'm assuming it's that vertical stand. You see in the picture.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, good point. Good point. That stuff. Now, what do you all think about? And this has already been discussed months ago. Some of the games costing $70. That's what I've seen too. Which again, this has been verified by Sony. I know Demon Souls, which I don't like Souls games because to me you just hit the square button, you hit the triangle. But again, the game looked effing phenomenal. It looked effing phenomenal. So only available on PS5, by the way. It's not on PC yet, and it's not going to be on PS4. For all you people who keep, who run around saying, for all the people that attacked Sony for putting Miles Morales and Horizon Forbidden West on PS4, can you at least acknowledge Demon Souls and Ratchet and Clank not going there? just for a little bit of balance. I'm just saying, I'm not knocking that they put them there, but can you at least acknowledge that those two games aren't, going to be on the PS4? Kind of a little bit moist there, a little bustle there, little wobble going on right there. If you're not willing to do that, go ahead. Now, what did you all think of the them putting the some of the games, 3 games on PS4? 3 games announced. This could change tomorrow. Could wake up tomorrow and everything be there, right? But as of right now, 3 games on PS4. Pablo, what did you think? Did you feel like you got ripped off? Did you feel like somebody threw you down on the ground and put a gun to your head and made you say mercy, mercy me?
Yeah, so there's a couple things I want to adjust. Like the $70 thing. Let me start with that first. So that I'm 50-50 with this because in one sense it's like, okay, if you're upping the price of it, that's telling me that all right, you're gonna ensure to me that the game is gonna look its absolute best. You're gonna push the limit of the PlayStation 5, and we're gonna get something like a Demon Souls,
Yeah.
where it just looks absolutely crazy, and it just like that shows you that it's next gen for real. Like next gen is here and everything. But the thing with this is that all right, you're gonna charge me $70 for these games and then give me microtransactions. So there's got to be a balance here. Like,
Okay, fair
if you
enough.
if you got if you make these games $70, then that means you got to make these DLCs or these expansions either free, which I know they're probably not gonna fucking do,
Yeah.
or you got to make them a little bit cheaper. Because how you gonna up the price of the game and then still try to sell me extra content when you raise the price of the game? That's supposed to be $60. So they gotta figure out how they. I know the first party titles should be fine because they usually do a pretty good job at selling like content if you want extra stuff while shipping the complete game.
Right.
It's just the third party companies that I'm worried about. But but just um but just putting that on the side and talking about the cross gen stuff, I was a little bit upset because I do want them to squeeze as much power as they can out of the PS5
Mm-hmm.
with a game being specifically built for the system.
Yeah.
And it seems like that won't be the case for, in Jim Ryan's words, at least for 3 to 4 years. Now, that doesn't mean that every freaking game is gonna be cross-gen. I think there's still gonna be little sprinkles of next gen games here and there. They'll probably drop a couple. Like we're already getting next gen only games already. So
Well, yeah, I
this
mean,
whole
because
idea that
Ratchet.
people are freaking out about saying that like every game that they're releasing right now is completely cross gen is a lie. They're not going the Xbox route completely yet as far as we know. So
Well,
in
but
terms of
mhm.
that, I don't mind too much if it's only a couple of games, but you got to show me the reason why I'm investing because it's an investment to me. Like when I
Yeah.
purchase a console,
Mm-hmm.
it's an investment to me, and I want to see it play out. I want to see it flourish, um, and I want to see what they can do with it in the long run. So I'm in here for the long run. Hopefully they show off some more next gen only games. I hope the cross gen games, like first party wise, don't outweigh the next gen only games. I can understand if maybe the first year they want to, do cross-gen games for a couple and then release a couple of next gen. But they should have been honest from the jump. I think if they would have told people this from the beginning, like maybe the beginning of this year, like, hey guys, we're gonna put Spider-Man cross-gen and
Well,
Horizon cross-gen.
well,
We just need to recoup.
they told us in 2019 that they were going to be supporting the PS4 for at least 2 to 3 years. I mean, I
But
mean, IGN has articles. Tweettown has articles. I mean, that's
yeah,
that's
but
that's the truth. Now, will you at
yeah,
least
yeah,
admit while you're here? I mean, you brought up a
yeah.
legitimate point. Can we at least say that Ratchet and Clank right now, as we talk, and Demon Souls, those are PS5 games.
Well, when they told us that last year, a lot of the PlayStation fans assumed that, you know, they were gonna get like separate titles, you know, like there's some titles that Japan
PlayStation
makes that
PlayStation
they
fans
make it for like.
assumed. There you go. There's your problem. PlayStation fans
So yeah,
assumed. There you go.
that's the thing. Like we assumed,
Uh-huh.
and it's not really our fault because they're the ones that lied, and
Well,
they
no,
should have
no,
been
no.
upfront.
Okay, fair
They
enough.
should have
But
been upfront about it. But
assumption's the
we
mother of all
we
screw
thought
ups.
when they meant they were gonna support it for 3 years, we
Uh-huh.
thought that they meant with the PS Plus, you know, like launching games on PS Plus and PS4,
That's what
third
you.
party support.
Yeah.
We didn't know that they meant like first party wise that they were gonna completely still support it.
Well, no, that's my
So
point.
I'm hoping it's
Mhm.
not an overabundance of games
Yeah.
like that's supposed to be made for PS5 that come over and get downscaled for PS4. But that's just me. I just want to see what the system can do. That's all. It's not because I don't want other
Well,
people to
right,
play, but
but thanks for
just
being honest. So there was an assumption, and the people should not have assumed. And because Sony had been a little more clear with their message, yeah. Oh, what is that? Sounds like an ass whooping.
no,
Oh,
that's me.
all right. Let's say somebody ringing the door for an ass kicking,
Yeah,
you know. So,
I'm at work right now, so
all right.
I'm on duty, but I'm in
Oh,
full podcast mode, so sorry about
no. Well, all right. Well, I hope nobody's out there getting mugged.
that.
But there's some
Not
important
for me.
thing. So I like that there was an assumption, and the assumption probably wasn't the best idea. And I've said before, hey, look, Sony could have been, especially with the whole pre-order thing. The fact that they put 2 or 3 games cross-gen, I'm not worried about because they said they were going to support. But yeah, the whole pre-order thing that should have been it. That was sorry. I mean that was terrible. That's all I can say. You had people, you know, upset and mad and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, guys, you know, it was going to be hard to get it anyway. So, but
I
again,
mean,
I'm not going to
people,
argue with people. If people feel upset and feel why,
yeah.
I'm not going to sit up there and be like, hey, you shouldn't be complaining. Go ahead and complain, but don't buy it. That's what I'm saying. Don't buy it. You know.
People shouldn't feel a complete doom and gloom though, because even with third party and first party, there's a lot of games that's only for next gen only, albeit Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. So I mean, this isn't this what always happens? Like I'm trying to look at the positives of this. I don't want to think about it negatively anymore because if I just put too much thought into it negatively,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna fuck with my mental. So like I'm just looking at it. I was looking at the list of some of the games that's coming up next year. There's a lot of games there that's coming out for next gen only. So there's
Yeah.
a lot to look forward to if you
Yeah,
want to
no.
see the console get pushed to its
Yeah.
absolute limit. You know what I mean?
No,
So
you're right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I
don't
think,
worry about it too much.
yeah, I think people worried about it way too much. I also think people at least are admitting that they had a different idea. Like, what is that? I mean, is that the turkey ready? What is going on over there? All right, but at the end of the day, I don't know why people thought they were going to get the same performance as a PC. I mean, come on, guys. Please tell me you didn't think that. I mean, you're going to get some things, right? Look, you're sitting at the same table. It's like Thanksgiving dinner. You go from the little kitty table to the big table. You get to sit at the big table, but you're still a kid. Okay, you just get to sit at the bigger table. So go ahead. Let me go to my Discord. Go ahead, Ember17. What do you think about all this? First of all, you think about some of the games being announced for $80. That's a lot of tricking money for me. I mean, my tricking money's going to be gone. So what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for reminding me because I was actually going to speak on it. And if you hadn't said that, I'd have forgotten what I was wanting to say. It's not all the games. I couldn't tell you which ones are, which ones aren't. From what I can tell, like Demon's Souls is one of the ones I've actually seen that is going to be for $70.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the Sackboy game. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
That one there is actually at 60, if I remember right, and that is the PS5 version. I didn't see anything about the PS4 version.
Correct.
As a matter of fact. Maybe I'm holding off on the pre-order on that one. I can't remember. Anyway, so the one that I noticed that actually was $70 was the Spider-Man Miles Morales. But if you pay attention, and this is what I discussed with the guy at GameStop today when I pre-ordered mine, is that particular version seems to be the one that actually comes with the remastered version for Spider-Man PS4.
Do they know what the remaster is going to... Let me ask you, not to interrupt you there. What do you have an idea? And I asked King Thrash. Do you have any idea, does the guy at GameStop, do you have any idea what the remaster is going to entail?
I don't know much about it, but there was some screenshots, and we're just going to say that those are not legit. And the only reason I say that is because I just seen them floating on Twitter. I don't know if they're from official sources or not. I do not know. But they made the original version look a whole lot better if, in fact, those were legit screenshots. You can tell still Spider-Man PS4 in the images, but that could have been just some kind of a fan mock-up. I don't know. I just know that the Spider-Man PS4 is supposed to be included with the Miles Morales one, but that version is with $70. If I recall correctly, the Miles Morales by itself, PS5, like I said, it was offered to me at the pre-orders, is $50.
Did it? Now, all right, so it's what, you can put 5 on it?
That's what I put 5 on that one.
I got 5 on it. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. This brought back memories.
I put 5 on that one. I put 5 on Demon Souls, and I swear I put 5 on something else, but I can't even remember what games were launched. It might have been the Run Sackboy Run, maybe. I don't remember now exactly what I put it all on. I pre-ordered all the games that are coming for the PS5, except for like the third parties, because I'm not usually interested in a lot of them. For example, Call of Duty, I'm not a Call of Duty player. I don't like the games at all. Yeah. I didn't put any on any of the sports games. I'm not a sports game player. But like I think might have been the exclusives. The only thing, like the PlayStation games might have been the only ones that I actually pre-ordered today. Oh no, that's great. All right, so now I won't pre-order anything until you give me the go-ahead. But so. The Miles Morales version with the remaster of the PS4 Spider-Man with all the DLC is $70. Is that what you got told today by the guy at GameStop? Is that what you're saying here? See, he didn't tell me anything. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm actually looking at the Sony.
No, you're right about that. It is $70. It does come with all the DLC and then a remastered version.
That's fine. I'm not. This is not a gotcha moment. It's not a gotcha moment. I'm just trying to get. I got to figure out how much. Because this is my tricking money. I mean, what am I? What the hell? So But again, now, and if you have the PS4 Spider-Man right now, like physically right now, and you put it in the PS5, I assume at this point, Insomniac kind of let the goose out of the stable that it's going to have a remaster. Because not unless they're saying you have to buy this bundle, and let me tell you this right now, if you have to buy a bundle at $70 to get the upgrades, that is anti-consumer. So I'm assuming, let me make this clear, I'm assuming that you don't have to do that. But again, if you're going to give me $70 and a Spider-Man where he could be a baby daddy, and I don't know if you all haven't played the Spider-Man with the DLCs, y'all need to play that, because matter of fact, my Spider-Man, I rolled out laughing. I forgot what happened to him after he thought that. So,
Craig. I am on PlayStation's official website, and this is what it's telling me right now.
I'm listening.
Like when I say PlayStation, I'm talking PlayStation Direct.
Yeah.
It says, what's in the box? Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Launch Edition includes, this is the $70 one. And it says Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, obviously. Marvel Spider-Man Remastered Tracksuit. TRACK spelled out, so I'm assuming it's something related to either Miles Morales or Peter, I don't know. Second Spidey suit to be announced. Gravity Well Gadget. Extra skill points. Account for PlayStation Network and Internet connection required for code redemption. Code expires in 2024. Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Launch Edition includes a voucher code for Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, the complete award-winning game, including all 3 DLC chapters and Marvel Spider-Man, the City That Never Sleeps adventure, remastered and enhanced for the PS5.
Well, I think I got it right here, my brother. Here we go. Look at your screen. I found it. So, and this is from Push Square. And shout out to Foxy Games, because he's right. Either you're a circle or you're a push square, right? But if you look at the screen, according to this, and yeah, you're right, you're 100% correct. This is Marvel Spider-Man has been completely remastered for PS5, and I believe, let me see if I can blow this up with my tech skill. See right here, next-gen Peter Parker model, 60 FPS, and new trophies. So yeah, we got confirmation that Spider-Man PS4 is getting an upgrade on the PS5 to 60 FPS, guys. So hey, great news.
Hey, Craig.
Yes, sir.
So there was something I thought, I don't know if your viewers know or even you guys. There was something I saw from Hip Hop Gamers Twitter saying that if he gets the okay on September 30th, that he's gonna show backwards compatible games from previous generations being shown off on PlayStation Now via download, and I think he said streaming. I'm not too sure on the streaming part, but that would be crazy if that's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people would be a little bit pissed off because it's behind a paywall. So
the paywall is PS Now. The paywall is PS Now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. I think again. Let me make this clear. If that's what they're doing, because I mean, there was somebody on Big Cloud's podcast last week, literally saying, or a week and a half ago, literally saying that Sony was anti-consumer and he didn't know the difference between anti-consumerism and antitrust. So, but if it's behind a paywall, that people are gonna call them out on that. Let me make that clear. So I'm just, because I will. I'm like, well, wait a minute, why is this behind a paywall? You know, now if they put SOCOM on there and they put Mass Effect on there, then I'll shut up. Hey, look, because I can be bought. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, and I hope that at next month that we get a Mass Effect remaster announcement from EA. I'm hoping. I mean,
two things. First thing is, Craig, is I'm actually going to put a link in the chat what I was telling you about just a second ago. I know you said you got that confirmation, so you can get it on the website.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great news. Yeah. Now go ahead. Put it in there, brother.
The other thing is what I sent you on Twitter, I'll have to see if I can find it, but it was listed on a Portuguese website for the Mass Effect remaster on all current consoles from PS4 to Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Is listed and then was removed shortly after. We don't know if that's legit or not, purely because, remember, people were putting up fake PC versions of Bloodborne on Amazon.
Yeah, now that is true. Now, somebody in the chat, let me, because I've been a horrible host here. I mean, golly, y'all should have called bullshit on me. Let me see here. No, I don't need to go to that. But here's the problem with doing the podcast like this. I can't find my own podcast. I cannot find it. This is a pain in the tush. So let me. All right, I found it. Oh, look at my skills. All right. So somebody asked. Now, yeah, I mean, somebody here asked. I just saw the question for you guys. All right, Bella J Games asked, any luck pre-ordering? And Bella J Games, yes, both Pablo here and Emyus have been. They hit the lottery. They were able to get it done. I did not have any luck, but I haven't tried. I don't get paid till tomorrow. So I'm just sitting here. Now, here's the thing that made me mad. The Target one, somebody sent me the link for the Target one, and yeah, I could have got it right then and there, and it was for the physical. But I didn't know. I was like, I'll just wait, because I'm old school. I want to walk into the store and walk out with my PS5. That's just the way I've been brought up, you know, so.
You walk into the store, you walk out with the PS5, you'll leave without no clothes.
yeah, that is true too. Yeah, that is probably true too. And yeah, I mean, this reminds me when the 360 launched. I remember because I got mine at the mall, and they had security walking people out to their cars. I kid you not. That's that's many moons ago, but it's like that right now. You know, it's just. No, go ahead.
I just want to say, when you said that, you reminded me when I got my PS3. So I got mine in 2008, a couple years after the other out. I got the Metal Gear Solid 5 edition. Okay, the 80 gig. And when I got mine, I bought it on Walmart.com, and I went into the store to pick it up. The lady at the where you get your stuff at the counter, she said, keep the box closed. Don't show it to anybody. Go straight to your vehicle.
Wow. Now, did you put it in your trunk? Because that's the next step. You're supposed to put it in your trunk and not in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I was like, so I walked straight out.
So Ronald God said he's downloading the COD Alpha. Yes, remember, guys, because everything that got there were a lot of great announcements yesterday, and people understandably are upset about the whole pre-order fiasco. But guys, if you want to play Call of Duty, the Alpha, shout out to Jay Barry because I know he's salivating about it. I'm pretty sure remember, you can play that tonight, like tonight. Stay up all night playing it if you want to. So yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Just wanted to let y'all know, when I was at GameStop today, they told me that you could no longer get the headphones or the charging station. While I was at GameStop, that's what the guy told me. But on the direct.playstation.com that I linked in the chat earlier, they do still. I pre-ordered all of my accessories from there just a few minutes ago.
Wow. Now see, this is why I bought my headset because you got to remember, guys. Look. Even if you can't get a PS5, the headset will work with your PS4. Now, I don't know. Again, if you have, go ahead.
I'd say that I have the PlayStation Platinum, so I'm good with 3D audio sets, but I went ahead and got that one because I figure it's going to have the full effect of the PS5.
Yeah.
I was also going to say that, with the fiasco, the pre-orders, you mentioned, it reminded me, the guy at GameStop, which you could have been full of it, they usually are,
yes,
told me that Walmart was the one who initially jumped the gun, and after that, they got the go-ahead from Sony to just everybody do it.
Yeah. Once you let one chicken out the roost, you gotta let them all out. It's like that movie Heat. I don't know if people saw the movie Heat when they killed that one guy, and the cop was like, "Yeah, you killed one, you got to kill them all. So do them all. You can't just shoot one and let the rest of them walk." So yeah. So somebody was hoping for a campaign mission. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait on that. And for talking about Call of Duty, somebody got shot over the PS3 at launch. Well, for how much you paid for that, you should have shot yourself. That was highway robbery. So Paul G has upgraded to top. I didn't even see, guys. I have been horrible. So I apologize. I've been a horrible host. Hey, I'm 2 beers in and 12 hours on shift in. So forgive my ignorance. So yeah. But shout out to Paul G. I appreciate you, brother, going to the top members, top secret. So when you all are ready to talk about Tenet, I'm ready. I got all my explanations right here. Even the entropy lesson that you guys are going to need. So, but who else is here now? Bella J Games says, I just got one through Walmart. It was so fast, like 60. They were here and going, wow. Well, you are very lucky. Shout out to Bella J Games, and I appreciate you. And Bella J Games, I'm gonna I'll make you a moderator because I always need new moderators. So. And again, everybody knows I change my moderators like every 60 days. So doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Doesn't mean you're horrible. It just means I do that every 60 days. So, and I've been doing that for about a year now. So please stop by, Bella J Games. Appreciate you coming by here. Let's see who else got a question. Quavo says a lot of folks do not have those old games, so they would be paying anyway. Yeah, you're right. You're right. How did Insomniac have to... Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Kubini Gaming, shout out to him, says, how did Insomniac have time to make this? They've been working on 3 games the last 2 years. My understanding is their studio, they have over 300 people. Now, I mean, again, somebody can double check that. But they've got over 300 people. And let me make this clear. Marvel Games drives a pretty big stick with Sony right now, and if they want it, they got it. But that's, to me, the big news of the day. Confirmed. Again, I've been at work, so the Spider-Man PS4 being 60 frames per second on PS5, that's a big deal. And let me make this clear: I understand people have already platinumed and double platinum and whatever. But will you go back and play that at 60 frames per second? I know I sure as hell will. It's even got more trophies. So for all you trophy hunters. So again, I will be playing that if everything works out with me and Emrys 17. So let's just put it like that. Let me put a asterisk by it. So Ghostface says we still got Ghost of Tsushima co-op. That's true. That's a very good point again. Ghost of Tsushima co-op and last it was 2 multiplayers incoming. Very great point. Great point. So Henry Juarez says, damn, what a mess pre-order. Yeah, I agree with you. Look, and I'm not here to argue with people, and people are like, I wasn't calling Sony out. I'm like, look, to me, it's basic supply and demand. Sony has the hottest electronic device around Christmas time that I can remember, and I'm an old man. Okay, I mean, this is you all's version of the Cabbage Patch doll, which happened in the '80s, and you all will not remember that. But there were women fighting at service merchandise. I mean, fighting, not arguing, fighting, like on the floor, rolling around. Bitch, get your hand out of my hair. Fighting over Cabbage Patch dolls. So that's why these two gentlemen said somebody is going to bust a cap in you. So, but yeah, I don't see any more. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I want to say that, you know, like when I got my PS3 all those years ago back in 08, it was just it wasn't like, it was a what do you call it now, a bundle, but it wasn't anything special. And even that was considered enough to watch out for. I paid $500 for that. And that's what's funny. Everybody's like, yo, you know, PS5, greatest thing ever, $500. Like I paid $500 for my PS3 Metal Gear Solid 4 bundle.
Yeah, well, you're a better man than me. And let me make this clear. When I could not believe how much PS5 cost, but I went over a friend of mine, shout out to my boy Bill Logan. He had a Hitachi like 720p television at the time, huge, like 55-inch, biggest TV I'd ever seen, right? And I was like, man. And then he was playing Metal Gear Guns of the Patriots, and it was on one of those cutscenes. And I'm like, what is this? This is like a movie. Oh, this is that new Metal Gear. I'm like, really? And that's when I became interested in getting a PlayStation. But I didn't do it until the 360. I couldn't. Was it the PlayStation 3? Yeah, I had a 360. So I was actually happy. I liked my 360 more. But yeah, that was when I got it. At Crazy Nerd Life wants to hear about my thoughts on Tenet. I thought it was one of the best movies. It's in my top 10. It is in my top 10. I love that movie. Once again, Nolan did it again. Nolan does fall short on the. He doesn't explain everything. He explains it up to like 85%. Then he lets your mind run with the other 15%. That's why I like Nolan. Okay, but just I thought it was a phenomenal film. I thought it was written well. I love the entropy, the inversion, time inversion. Loved it. So, matter of fact, I loved it so much I'm gonna go back and see it on Monday. That's how much third time, right? Third time. I'm taking. I'm ready. I love that movie, so that's what I thought about it. Everybody should go see it. Everybody should go see Tenet because I want to talk about it. I did a spoiler for the members, by the way. Shout out to all the members. Go check out my Tenet spoiler. And so yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and you socially distanced. I couldn't layer my popcorn. I was pissed on that, but everything else was fine. So let's see here. Somebody says they worked at service merchandise. Yeah. Well, I mean, people remember 1985, 87, whatever it was when the Cabbage Patch doll came out. You can pull that up on Twitter now or Google now. Just pull it up, and you'll see people. I mean, they were fighting, getting arrested over a Cabbage Patch doll. But that's what you're dealing with right now. So,
I wonder how bad it is going to be because I agree with you. I mean, it's going to be rough this holiday, especially now. I mean, I'm hoping, in a way, I'm actually hoping that all of these are going to be in the mail. I know this seems a bit strange, but I do not want to see these things in stores because there probably will some fighting over them.
Yeah. Well, and me, because I'm old school, I'm like, well, if I got to wait till, even with the PS4, I waited. I remember I walked into, was it Toys R Us? And they had, I'm like, oh, well, they got them at Toys R Us. Let me walk over here to GameStop because GameStop, literally, you could throw a rock and I could hit GameStop. They had like 80 of them. And GameStop actually was allowing to trade in. I'm like, well, I guess I'll trade in my 360, which was hard to do because I had Mass Effect. So I'm like, all right, I got to get rid of you because this is not going to work, So I already knew, So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I know personally, I'm excited about the people who got one. I really am excited for them. So Pablo, what did it feel like to walk out? And they said, yeah, we have one you can pre-order. Did you smile? Did you say, oh, hell yeah? I mean, what was it like? I mean, was it like eating a cheeseburger? I mean, can you explain that feeling? So, you still there, Pablo? Or did he go?
He being at work, so he may be having to deal with his job.
Oh, well, well, the bell was ringing. He got to go do something about that bell. I understand that. All right, so Emyus, what was it like? What was it like to walk into the? Did you walk into the store? Or did you just do everything online? To get your PlayStation.
The PS4 or PS5?
The PS5, which you just got. Did you walk in the store and you said you drove, right? Did you turn around?
No. Yesterday, what I was telling you about yesterday was purely what happened yesterday. I never went anywhere because I'll tell you right now, by the time from the timeline they gave me, if I'd have left my house and went, by the time I arrived at the store, they would have been entirely sold out, and I would have wasted gas and my time for 30 miles worth of travel. As far as me actually getting them pre-ordered, though, that was done. The Amazon one last night, Wario, thinks his name on Twitter, posted a link, and it actually had the Amazon pre-orders as live. I got mine then, told everybody in chat, because I was on Roundtable with Thrash and them, and that turned into a watch party. But Thrash went and got his pre-ordered as well. As far as the Walmart.com one, I did that while I was on the show with y'all tonight. Right before I joined you, actually.
Yeah, wow. Well, so this man here has got two. Now, is it true they're only doing one per person? So I assume you had to use nefarious means to get one.
Well, I mean, some people might be. For me, I mean, you go to a different website, they can't just say, "Oh, you got this pre-ordered at this such and such location." And I think that's what a lot of people are doing. Although somebody in your chat earlier said they got two from Target yesterday, so he may have used it as nefarious means. For me, like I said, my only reason for doing the double, I mean, if I thought that I could get one somewhere else, I probably would, specifically because I want to make sure I've got one. Once I know I've got one, the others would be canceled. Now, what I discussed with you earlier, if I do get both, of course, I would just send you the other one, since we've already discussed that.
Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, just keep me in the loop. I'll definitely, I do appreciate that. No problem. Yeah, I'll stand down and you just hit me up. And like I said, worst case scenario for me, I'll get one next year. It's not the. I promise you that the moon will be out and the sun will rise. But yeah, I do appreciate it. Now, somebody says Walmart yesterday limited PS5 orders to 2. Okay, so they were doing. I mean, again, let me make this clear. Jim Ryan did come out today and apologize, and he did say that they would put more up for pre-order, I think, by the end of the month. I think that's what he said. Again, I was at work, so I was just kind of checking periodically. So,
well, I know that Walmart.com earlier had a button for getting the pre-orders. You could do that. Like I was watching. Matter of fact, while I was talking to y'all, after I got mine pre-ordered on the Walmart as well, the buttons was still popping every once in a while saying you could pre-order. That has since stopped. So I'm guessing that those allocations that Walmart got are done. But somebody on Twitter just a little bit ago said that they were supposed to, I think, release more tonight. I believe that's what I seen, but maybe those are the ones that where I just got mine from. Yeah. I've been keeping an eye, and I've got the email notifications. Matter of fact, while I was talking to y'all, I got an email notification pop up, but by the time I went back to Walmart, it was already gone again.
Wow.
But yeah, they're flying fast. I don't know how many Sony has actually allocated, but they're going in a hurry. The biggest issue I've seen so far is the scalpers, because they are flipping them on eBay from I've seen as little as $700 all the way up to $1,700.
Wow! Holy smokes! Wow!
Sony said that they were supposed to be doing more of them as opposed to doing less. That was the whole idea behind the 10 to 11 million. Now I'm sure, are supposed to be around the globe. But you're talking what? So we're in September now, September 17th as of today. Pre-orders went live yesterday. By January, I wouldn't be surprised if all of those pre-orders are gone. So you're talking a potential of 11, if that was the correct number, because I've seen some funky numbers. 10 is what we're officially told, though, I think. You're talking potential for 10 million consoles sold in launch. So you're talking 1 to 2 months. I don't think any console has ever hit that number before.
No, jeez. In the first 90 days? Heck no. Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, people, I'm I'm blown away at this. So I'm blown away. So but
like I said, don't know if he was telling me the truth or not, but he said that Walmart jumped the gun, and that's just, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but it wouldn't surprise me none, and that could have set off this whole fiasco.
Hey, what I missed? Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Everything okay?
I had to do something real quick.
Oh, all right. Well, no, I'm just glad you're all right, brother. Yeah. No, I asked Emrys this, a shout out to him because he was able to corral a couple of them. What did it feel like when you walked out of the store and you had your receipt in hand? What did it feel like?
Bro, like, it gave me 2013 vibes because I was at the PS4 midnight launch, and like I was just reminiscing on like those moments, like some of the launch games that I had gotten that night. So it's just everything was just like coming into fruition. Like we're close to next gen now, like only 2 months away, and I might not go to the midnight launch because this PS5, like a lot of people want to get it. So I don't want to get my shit robbed. So I might just pick it up in the morning. But I might just go. I might just go with someone. Like if anything.
Yeah, you may need an armed escort. It sounds like could be. I mean, yeah, guys, if you got one and you're picking it up at the store, yeah, try to go with somebody, even if you got to buy them, a cheeseburger or something, because hey, look, man, if you need a ride up there, like, man, come up here with me, blah blah blah. We'll go grab a couple beers. I want to buy this system, so yeah, let's do that. But guys, I'm gonna jump off here. It is 10:30. I do have to get up in the morning, like around 7. To get my day crack-a-lacking at the gym, so I can get buff. In case I got to go out and rob for a PS5, I gotta get that hardcore streak.
Oh, man. No doubt, man. Yo, man. Craig, thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. And yeah, good. Congrats on getting one, and yeah, shout out to everybody. Emrys, yeah, keep me in the loop on that PS5 thing. Yeah, I definitely will. We'll send you the cash if it works itself out, brother. I do appreciate you keeping me in mind, too.
I mean, I appreciate you considering that, for me in terms of that. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm actually glad that I mentioned that I got the second one because, I mean, heck, the chances of you getting one at this point are probably fairly slim.
Yeah.
A side pre-order somewhere. Yeah. But so yeah, that definitely seems to have worked out. And so far, I've not got a cancellation from Amazon at all. And Walmart hadn't said, well, we're sorry, we didn't have any for you either.
Right.
So as right now, I'm sitting on 2 as of right now.
Yeah, well, I'll keep my fingers crossed, and for everybody's sake, I really don't want to see a 360 situation where people went into GameStop, actually pre-ordered, paid $3.99 or whatever it was at the time. I can't remember if it was $3.99 or $4.99 for the 360, and they went in there to get one to get it, and they never had it, and so that's how I got my 360. Was that I actually knew there were people who didn't go pick theirs up, and GameStop could only hold them for like a day or two. So, but that's how I got my 360. So yeah.
When I got my, because I didn't, like I said, my PS3 I had to order on the Walmart, but for PS4, I think because everybody was still on the high from the 360, I walked into GameStop and pre-ordered mine. Walked in there and got it. I was one of the first million that actually got the 2013 pre-orders.
Well, shout out to you, yeah. Like I said, hey, I ain't gonna hate on nobody that got one. Shout out to everybody that was able to get their hands on one. Also, people thought Sony handled it wrong. I said before, yeah, it's not all Sony's fault, but they the heavy in the room. They the elephant. They're gonna take the hit as far as them putting games, 3 games, announced games on PS4. I don't care. I mean, that's just me, and let me make this clear. If people feel, I guess the term y'all use is some kind of way that the kids use, you all feel some kind of way, I ain't going to hate on it, okay? I'm not going to argue with a group of people who are upset over 3 games on the PS4, especially when this announcement with Insomniac got confirmed. Emrys read it off to you. He left a link, and Push Square confirmed the Spider-Man is going to have a 60 FPS mode. So again, so that's great news. That's great news. So
The thing that irritates me about the Spider-Man thing, though, is it's all a digital code, and I prefer the physical stuff. I still got my physical disc for the PS4, so I'm happy with that.
Mhm.
But the other thing, there was one more thing. Oh, shoot. Go ahead, because I forgot. It was something I was going to add to what you were. Oh, the 3 games. Okay.
Mhm.
The Sackboy's Big Adventure, my guess is on the PS5 alone, that game probably will not sell as well. So my assumption is they did that because they know that with a fan base on PS4, most likely with children, they're probably going to sell that game better with the PS4 and PS5. As far as the Spider-Man Miles Morales thing is, again, with the PS5s not being that common, I'm sure they wanted to make their money on it, for one. For two, the thing is, Sony only has the license for the Marvel title, even if they own that particular Spider-Man IP. I'm talking about the PS4 game.
Mhm.
But the IP itself, I mean, the Marvel IP for Spider-Man, they probably wanted to make sure they would make enough money off the PS4 version of the game and PS5, mostly PS4, so that they could pay for that license. I'm assuming if that didn't do well, Marvel's going to be looking at them sideways. As far as Horizon goes, my guess with that one is because it did so well on the PS4, they wanted to give those fans something to look forward to, whereas the hardcore people who got the PS5 are going to get even more benefit out of that. That's my guess behind the reason they did that.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. But I will say this, and I do agree with Mystic. The Horizon game, yeah, I can understand that rub people the wrong way, but I also understand people think it's going to be an issue of them not taking advantage of it. And look, we're going to know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. If you get it home and you playing Miles Morales Spider-Man and you can't tell the difference in the PS4 version and the PS5 version, then okay, yeah, then you have every right, to say, yeah, this is trash what they did. I'll be like, yeah, and I'll be the first one to say, yeah, this scaling thing doesn't, we'll have to wait and see. But again, we'll have to wait and see. We're everybody's kind of, upset about it. I can see now today people aren't as upset about it as they were. So shout out to Corey Massey. He said that he may be hiding in the bushes at the midnight launch. He ain't gonna hurt you. He just needs the console. So Pablo's telling people to use their unemployment check. It ain't worth that much, but all right.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah.
He said he might not have enough for lunch, but fuck it, man. Use that $600.
I'm going to assume that all of the stuff we've been hearing about for the PS5, you're going to see all of that in the versions of the game for both the standard original Spider-Man and the Miles Morales. Whereas the PS4 version, you're probably, well, obviously the Spider-Man PS4 is one thing, but the Miles Morales for the PS4 most likely will be the exact same game with the storyline of the Miles Morales, title. That's just my guess, though.
Yeah, and again, everything you saw minus Final Fantasy 16 was running on a PS5. So that's just guys. I mean, like I said, I personally looked at it in 4K yesterday after the show was over, and I my jaw dropped at some of that stuff. I was just like, wow. Some of this stuff is in still early stage of building and stuff like that. So yeah, PS5 is fine. All right, it's fine. Whatever it is underneath the hood, the RDNA2, whatever they're doing, the streaming of assets, it works fine. They got it to work fine. So, all right, go ahead.
I think what gets me about the Final Fantasy 16, I wasn't exactly expecting it, primarily because we just seen Project Athea during the June event, and there was no mention of Athea at this event. Yet we got official confirmation on a Final Fantasy 16. It kind of makes me wonder if Athea was either a game that's in early production, or that was just what do they call that now? Like a red herring. Like they show you this, but you get something else entirely different. Like it was just done to tease you and maybe throw off potential leaks so that 16 could be officially unveiled without being leaked in its own right.
Well, that is true too. Yeah, I mean, again, they didn't show Ratchet & Clank. They showed more Deathloop. We didn't see Bugsnax. They actually, just looking at this list, they went for some pretty. This is all AAA: Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, Hogwarts, Black Ops, Resident Evil. This is all AAA stuff, guys. Devil May Cry, Demon Souls. All that was AAA stuff. So not now again. Let me make this clear. Not all of it is all going to be on PS5. And some of this will be on PC. But at the end of the day, a lot of stuff got answered, including the Black Ops 3. If you want to play that, you can play it tonight. You can play it tonight if you want to. So
what's interesting about 16 is that it was announced, I think, at the event. I think they said something along the lines like PS5 console exclusive. But I read a random Twitter. Now, of course, you know how those things go. Don't trust me. But somebody said that apparently it's been confirmed to just be a PS5 game, which I don't believe because Square's been kind of against having exclusives lately. So I don't really know.
What game are you talking about?
Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16. No, that's PC and PlayStation.
So that was
the messaging with the exclusivity of that game is a little weird because there's a lot of reports and rumors going around saying that it's a 1 year timed exclusive like how Final Fantasy 7 is, but it's also coming on PC day one, but it's not coming to PC day one. It'll come 6 months later. So like the messaging is like really mixed. They gotta get like a saddle on that and like tell people like what the plan for the game is, so people like know whether or not to get it for PS5 or just wait or do whatever. So they gotta fix that up because it's just gonna make everybody confused and shit.
It almost looked like that maybe, however, they were doing their stream, like with what information comes out for which game.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like it was not even correct because they even were, saying that Demon Souls is supposed to be on PC as well, and then other consoles at a later date. Then they took that trailer down and removed that. So a lot of people are speculating at least the PC version. In addition to maybe even a PS4 version, we don't really know. Because, like I said, they took it all off. We don't know if it was a mistake or not, but it's almost like their fine prints on the trailers weren't quite accurate with what we were seeing.
Well, again, the Final Fantasy 16, they actually paid for that to just be on their console. I assume it's going to be on PC because Final Fantasy 7, the remaster or remake, that's on PC. That'll be on PC next year, but it'll be there. Final Fantasy 16 is a PC PS5 game. Demon Souls, they changed to that's just a PS5 game. Now, I'm not here to say it won't go to PC a year or two from release. Okay, but as of right now, as this podcast is going on, that is a PS5 game. So now, there's
something else. I didn't mean to jump in there again. Sorry about that, Craig. When you were saying that, it reminded me. Apparently, some website somewhere, or maybe it was a store, I forget now which one, leaked apparently a Bloodborne remaster as well.
Yeah, well, and Bloodborne is being tested right now on PC. Like they're just testing it, so that will get a PC port as well. Again, that Bloodborne came out in 2014 or 2015. All right, yeah. So this is what I was saying. Games that came out in 2014, 2015. Who cares if they go to PC? Those games, children have been playing. Like people have sat down and said, "Honey, let's have a baby." Okay, the baby has been conceived, has been squeezed out or lifted out if she had a C-section, is walking and talking and chewing solid food. And so, yeah, and for Bloodborne and games like Bloodborne, was it Until Dawn? Isn't Until Dawn that on PC right now?
Unless you consider PlayStation Now, same thing for Bloodborne. But there is nothing been officially stated by Sony about Bloodborne going to PC.
No, you're right. I'm just saying, shout out to, is it Red Gaming Tech, Paul? Is it Red Tech Gaming or Red Gaming Tech? He is saying
anything's possible at this point, though.
Well, no, but he's the one who said it was being tested, and he's got pretty good sources. So, and the game is 6 years old, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that seems like that's gonna be like if you kind of like read everything that they've been saying the past year or so. They seem like they want to test the waters with some of their legacy titles and just put them on PC and just get some back end money and just use that to create more first party titles for the PS5 exclusively. So I think that's the route that they're trying to go in. But who knows? Anything can change at any given notice. All we gotta do is just wait
Man,
and see.
realistically, if you get the exact same build on your PS5 as the PC does on a 6-year-old game, I really would think it would be like, oh, well, yeah, the game is 6 years. So that's just my mentality. Like I said, it is a generational thing. I mean, Bloodborne to me, I didn't care for it because all I did was hit the square button and he just jumped in a circle. So, but again, I know there's more to it than that because people swear up and down it's the greatest game ever. So, which again is fine. I mean, I don't argue with people. So now somebody says somebody got a 2080 Ti for $200. Really? Damn, $200 for a 2080 Ti? Wow, wow.
Bloodborne is actually my favorite PS4 game, but there was, you remember those? There was a so-called leak, which I mentioned this earlier, where they said, I think it was like France, I believe it was, on their Amazon, the Bloodborne for PC, and Sony had it removed because it wasn't real. They said it wasn't going to PC, and then a Twitch streamer, like I think the name was like Mama Badger or something like that. I forget now. I said that it was going to PC. It was going to be announced like in a week or something. Again, that did not happen. So we don't know if that's what's going to happen or not. But there seems to be a whole lot of rumors circulating. I think a lot of the time when we hear about these rumors, it's just people trying to start trouble until Sony themselves.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything until Sony themselves say it. Which that eventually kind of got when we got the Horizon on PC, that's basically what happened there. But anybody else, they're lying until until Sony themselves says it.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's not true until the studio says it. I mean, you're preaching to the choir on that one. I agree 100%. So, but yeah, guys, I am going to jump off here. Like I said, I do appreciate you both jumping on and hanging out. Like I said, they're now talking about 1080 and 2080. Like I said, I know somebody who's selling a 2080 for 300 or 350. So, and that's straight from now. They may sell it to you all for different, but yeah, they're desperately they want the 3070 or 3080. So they're like trying to get 50% of it. So and let's go to the Nvidia site. I think is it the 3080 coming out next week, like next Thursday? Or something like you can pre-order it or something like that. That's gonna be in a madhouse too. There you go. So
it's funny. I swear that the reason you're hearing so much right now about the 30 series is specifically they're afraid of AMD what they're doing. It has to be that.
That's true. That's true. Now, I wouldn't say they're afraid, but they definitely are. They know AMD is in their backyard. Put it like that. Especially with the leaked specs, and we don't know about the true performance of it. But the leaked specs, if that's true, yeah, then their 3070 card is pretty much eviscerated. If it's true. Let me caveat that. So I don't want people coming back because you know how moist people are. They're like, well, you said it was. I'm like, no, I said if it was true. Well, you got to take it in for what? So, yeah.
Oh, shoot. I think that NVIDIA is doing their best to try to get these cards out quicker because they seem to be acting more with, I guess, what people would call pro-consumer right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because of AMD. If AMD hadn't had the rumor spreading about the what they call it, Big Navi or whatever, NVIDIA probably would have just found another way to screw people just like always. But because they were hearing rumors going around about what AMD was doing, basically the shit hit the fan for them and they had to start acting.
Yeah. That's what somebody said they were getting the Series S. Congrats. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad somebody's getting something because, like I said, I hit a big old goose egg. I went up there and I struck out. It was a man on second base and I couldn't get him to third, so I couldn't even bunt. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody that's been able to get what they want. Get it and get it good. And yeah, like I said, I'll retry again tomorrow. There's a couple of places I can hit that I can see what's going on. But, I am not, if it don't happen, like I said, I'm getting my headsets. I'm happy. I'm getting my PC upgraded for the full Infinity Gauntlet. So that's all happening in a couple of weeks. So that I'm happy. So yeah.
You get that X570.
Well, yeah. I mean, I still might. I mean, I don't know. I mean, then again, if I can get a pre-order on Amazon, I may put it on that. I mean, I don't know. It's for me, it works out. Excuse me. Either way, the 570 though is. I'll probably get the 570. Is what it's looking like.
I think the MSI brand, the one that I have, is the exact same motherboard I've got. I think that those are at $260 right now, I believe. I think that's normal price for them. I don't think they've been jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to double check, but I know that when we were talking about it, what was it, last weekend?
Yeah.
They were on Amazon. Now, I think they said they weren't going to be back in stock until the 22nd at that point in time.
Yeah, true.
But that 260, I think 260 is a decent price given the fact that it's that PCIe 4.0, which, to my knowledge, is basically future-proofing your rig for at least a few years.
Well, it's true. I've always said to people, when you do the PC thing, if you don't want to do the most up-to-date thing, always try to stay one generation behind so that, you don't get totally left out, So, but yeah, like I said, that flight sim game is putting a murder on all these cards. Even I think the 3080, Digital Foundry ran it on the 3080, and it actually ran between 55 and 62, and so they just don't think the game is very well optimized. So, but then again, it depends on where you are.
Well, it also depends on the fact that Microsoft Studios isn't known for their quality. So the fact that it isn't well optimized makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, and that was just a guess from them. They also said, Digital Foundry also said earlier that they looked at the Miles Morales game and they saw hardware-based ray tracing, and that's on an RDNA 1 card, according to Post Up and D-Batch and all those guys. So we need some, we need some explanations.
They're so dumb for that because on the website it says RDNA 2.
Well, yeah, I know, but they said Lisa Sue's lying. Yeah, they said Lisa Sue is a liar. What are you talking about?
Every time Post Up speaks, he digs himself through that flat earth every time.
Oh, yeah, I know. He was on a round table that's absolutely getting eviscerated. I'm like, they're asking this guy the same question 3 times, 3 different ways, and he keeps answering 3 different ways differently. Because he's not telling the truth.
Funny is that he actually caught it this time, and he started getting mad because he knows he's messing up.
Yeah, but they asked him because, again, shout out to King Thrash and Royal. They had me on there. They asked me the same question 3 times. They asked it differently. And each time, I'm like, no, you're getting the same answer. But that is an old law trick. That's the way if you watch Judge Judy, that's what she does. She will ask the person the same question 3 times. And if you give her the same answer, she'll deduce that you're telling the truth. If you don't, if you answer differently, that's when she comes out with the baloney and bull crap because she knows you're lying. So at this point, they know you're lying, Post Up. They know. You're just going to have to, man up and not lie. I don't know what else to say. So somebody said Microsoft Flight Sim going to on Xbox One. No, they said it is. Now I don't know how it's going to run, but according to Microsoft, it will be going to the Xbox One Series X. So I assume they can get it to 60 frames per second. I mean, it's a simulator. I assume they can get it there. So we'll have to wait and see how they do it. So E1 Matador says that he couldn't pre-order his PS5. Dude, don't. Look, that puts you in the majority. So don't feel bad. Most people couldn't order one, so don't feel bad, man. It's Jim Ryan did apologize, and he did say more would go online in the next week or 2. So just have to keep hitting. You have to get lucky, I guess.
Greg, are you familiar with Emmanuel that hops on the round table sometimes?
I've heard him, but he made my parts of my body started itching when I think he was on there. If it's the same person, and Emmanuel's a woman's name. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He started last night on his, Xbox trash stuff that he does, and started annoying. Mm-hmm. There was this one guy that had in there, and I can't remember his name. I was in the stream with him there, or in the the room. And he went off on him, and I swear he sounded, and no offense to the guy, he sounded like a rabid dog going after Emmanuel.
Well, I mean, again, I said at the beginning of the podcast, if you feel upset and butthurt over it, I just don't want those people to complain and then buy one. Because I literally saw people trashing what was going on, which I think is fine. You're a consumer. But then they sat out there and they pre-ordered a PlayStation. It's like, what are we doing? You just said it was trash. You didn't like what they did. They lied. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Why would you go ahead and support what somebody lied? Because all you did was, if they did lie, let's just say they're the biggest liars on the planet, you are helping them put their console, like Emrys here said, they may sell 8 to 10 million copies in 60 days. I mean, that's what they're pushing at. So why were you complaining? That's what I don't understand. Why did you complain if you still went out and bought one? I don't get it. Me personally, I don't care. It's your money. I'd rather you donate your money to the church or the Messiah, but you went ahead and you bitched and moaned like a friggin' elven whore in heat, and then you went out and spent $500+. I mean, to me, it makes no sense.
What the hell is that, Craig?
That's what these guys sounded like. I mean, look, if you're going to complain, if you're going to say something's trash, it's garbage, and what they did was wrong, boo-hoo-hoo, lying, Ryan. I mean, I saw some good ones. Fine. Why did you go ahead and order the console? I'm talking about the people who bit. Now, let me make this clear. Shout out to, because I heard a couple people. Shout out to Saltiest Gamer. He did an upload. And his upload, he was legit. Hey, look, they didn't nail this the way they could have. This could have been better messaging. That's not somebody bitching and moaning. He is making a legitimate observation. I'm sorry, there were people who were just going nuts, like, I mean, like, I don't know what else to compare it to. They went crazy, but then they still took screenshots of their pre-orders. Like, did the whole, I don't know how you do it. You scribble the stuff out. Like, oh, I can't show you that, but here's my pre-order. Like, dude, you were just bitching about this 15 minutes ago. I mean, again, I don't get it. Those are the people I don't get. That's hypocrisy. But everybody's different. I'm not gonna.
Some of those guys, they're legitimate. I'm just saying, if potential for them being legitimately angry, they may actually be flipping them. So they're just trying to, give a middle finger. But OBG's angry because he's angry because. He said that he felt like that they lied about we're supposed to be getting true next gen games, and yet they're saying that 3 of these games are PS4 games, and now that's what upset him, because we're supposed to be getting true next gen experiences, but we're getting current gen titles as what are the same games current gen as well, and he felt like he's been lied to, and he's upset about that. But it's only those 3 titles that we're aware of. And to me, with the reasons I listed earlier, I'm okay with that. I know that maybe that just means that I'm, like an Xbox, just okay with everything. But to me, if that's just the 3 that they're talking about specifically because they're trying to encourage all their fans to move over when they have that, because apparently all of those games are supposed to come with the PS5 upgraded versions. So we've heard, been told, read, whichever. That just sounds like they're trying to get people encouraged to go over to the PS5 when available. And then after that, hopefully we're going to get nothing but next-gen experiences. I mean, good grief, they teased God of War for 2021. I don't think that's going to be on the PS4.
Again, let me make this clear. They put 3 games over there that's been announced, and I know people are saying, well, that could change. Like, okay, it could change. Because right now, there's 3 games. Let's not go full Jack Reacher here and say, because again, we don't know. But like I said before, I'm not going to argue. You don't argue with people who believe their own lies. And especially when there's people who literally said it was trash what Sony did, which I'm like, all right, it was trash, but it was so trash, then why did it still sell out? In like record time, it's still selling out. So apparently they lied so bad, people still went out and bought the console. So that's all I'm saying. I mean, again, people can take it the way they want to. I don't get why people are again, legit. Like OBJ the Don, shout out to him because he's like, I'm not getting one. Fine. I fully don't expect him to go get one. He came out to 10 toes down. I'm not getting it. Fine. I think that's fair enough. you're a consumer. But there were other people who were throwing a fit, and then they went out and bought them. So I mean, and they showed screenshots. So what were you complaining about? That's it. That's all I can say. It's like somebody you order your steak well done. It comes medium well, and you eat it all the way down to the last part. And you call the maitre d' over and say, "Yeah, this was cooked wrong." Be like, why did you eat it? If it was cooked wrong, you send it back immediately. So, but again, everybody's different. I'm not going to worry about it. It's your money. Shout out to everybody that went out and bought one. Like I said, I'm jealous. I'm envious. But I got my headset. So what did you do? See, I stayed proactive no matter what. Anthony Chipmunk says white Zaddy. Yeah, and Zaddy said that there was ray tracing, hardware-based ray tracing with the Miles Morales Spider-Man. So again, the PS5 is supposed to be RDNA 1. I got an RDNA 1 card. I fully expect my card to do ray tracing, or else I'm going off. And it will be called "You Lying Bastards," and I'll put the people's name in there. Okay, that'll be the name of the podcast. So, we'll have to wait and see.
That website that I linked earlier, they do have the other stuff. If you're interested, at least they did have, unless they've sold out now, they did have the other stuff like the charging dock and second controllers and all that kind of stuff. To me, it's worth it to get that stuff if you have the coin to drop on it, purely because it's not something I enjoyed with my PS3. So I bought 2 controllers this time for the PS4, and rotating them out whenever one dies, you rotate out the other one. It's a lot nicer than having to plug in your cord and stand 3 feet away from your console.
Well, and again, shout out to anybody that's doing that. Now, I only played for a couple of hours. Now, yesterday I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is just addictive. My God, I didn't realize that game was that addictive. But I'm sitting up there trying to take over a fort, and I've died like 1,000 times. The game has asked me to skip it or play it on an easier level. I'm like, no, I want to keep trying. But yeah, my thing ran out yesterday, and I'm like, oh man, but I only played for maybe 2 to 3 hours. I didn't charge it, and I'll charge it tonight, and then play Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow when I come home from my jumping around town. So, but all right, yeah, go ahead.
I want to say that Ghost of Tsushima is truly a great game, but I've not played mine in quite a bit because I kind of got on a little bit of a Nintendo kick. So I've been playing Legend of Zelda like crazy. Mm-hmm. But Ghost of Tsushima is an amazing game. And honestly, with the way that they do their loading times, I swear that is a tease for where we're going to get with the PS5.
It's about 3 seconds. I mean, the longest I think I've counted it was 5. So, which is amazing. So, yeah, shout out to them for doing that. I mean, that's they waste no time. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Somebody says some of the biggest bots were the first ones to get a PS5. Well, again, it ain't about the bots. I mean, I ain't talking about them. They're retarded. So I'm just talking about the people who went off. Again, fair enough. I'm all for going off as a consumer, but you will not ever hear. I will not go off and then I won't say something. It's like I told you, I was going to get a Series X, right, or Series S. Now, shout out to Sick Humor. Sick Humor did a video today where he compared a game that's on the Series S, that's brand new, to like an older game on the PS4 Pro, and the PS4 Pro version of that game looks better. Now, maybe the Series S isn't fully optimized. I don't know, but that right there, that's trash right there. I mean, there's a reason why Engadget has an article that says you're going to pay more than $300 to be in the next generation. And that's from Engadget. So, but I'll go more into that on Monday. That'll be some Monday stuff we get into. But somebody says that you need to wait for ray tracing. You need to upgrade your PC. Oh, okay. Well, no, that's fine. Like I said, ray tracing, the PS5 has it. So don't know about Series X yet because I have not seen one game running on Series X. Now, Microsoft may change that tomorrow. I mean, I assume that when the pre-orders for Series X go up, I assume they're going to drop a game trailer that's going to blow us away because they got to show us, they got to show people what they're buying. Okay, that's all I can say. Let's see the games running on your console. I don't care if it's Knights of the Old Republic and then Splinter Cell. They can show one game from each generation. Fine. However you want to do it, buddy. You got to do it eventually because this is getting old. I mean, Sony really came out there and went full Death Star to your Alderaan, and everybody knows the Death Star kicked Alderaan's ass. So just go back and watch Episode 4 of Star Wars. You see what the Death Star did to Alderaan. So,
to me, I know it's going to seem maybe not quite as impactful, but it kind of gives the you remember the first Avengers movie when Hulk grabbed Loki by the ankles and started slamming him around. I kind of get that feeling every time I see PlayStation go in on Xbox.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Was amazing. I enjoyed the show. I'm excited about the games, and I'm not a huge fan, like I said, of Call of Duty and a game like Devil May Cry. Those games like that have really never spoke to me. But yeah, and Demon Souls, I don't play games like that, but I may actually buy that. And then the PlayStation Collection, let's wait and see if Sony can go ahead and see if we get a boost with the games. We know we're getting one with Insomniac Spider-Man. I think that's a big deal. So I'm happy about that. Especially if you haven't played it. You get the DLC and you get everything. I mean, that to me is amazing. No pun intended. Well, actually, pun intended. So
I still don't understand what that was. I missed that during the event because I was busy working. I was actually at my job working when that was going on, so I missed that. What the collection was, which, funny enough, as just as soon as they were putting the prices up on the screen, I mean, just as soon as my phone died, so I didn't even see them. It's like it died right there.
Oh, okay. Well, they just pretty much said that they show like Days Gone and Infamous. They show like the top PS4 games already ready to go. And I got to work this weekend. This will be fleshed out probably tomorrow. And like games like guys like Marlon Gaming, he'll flesh this out way better than I will. But I'll be going into it Monday. But what it looks like is that it's the PlayStation Plus collection, which looks like, as of announced, 20 or more games from Batman to Infamous Second Son that will be available to play day and date day launch, if you want to look at it like that, on with the PlayStation. So have to wait and see.
I swear that I heard somebody say that the PlayStation Collection thing looked like it was going to be some kind of a bad thing, but that almost sounds like a good thing.
Well, again, if you haven't played those games, and let me make this clear, it's going to be a great thing if they turn around and they say it has a boost on it. So, but there's still things PlayStation hasn't shown us. We haven't had a tech breakdown. We still don't really know what's underneath the hood. I mean, we do in a way. I guess we know a whole lot. But we still don't know the processes and how they work. So hopefully they loosen that up by the end of the month and they can at least give us a 15 to 20-minute breakdown of the tech. I mean, I am going to see if maybe they're waiting until next month. I mean, if Hip Hop Gamer tweeted out a possible, he may show some backwards compatibility if he gets the word at the end of the month. Maybe next month they say, hey, here's what it has underneath the hood. I mean, I don't know. That, me personally, I would like to see that. It's not going to, wouldn't prevent me from pre-ordering it. But because again, we don't know how the sound is going to work. They can tell us. We don't know. They can tell us about the way the way the dual sense is going to work. Won't know it until we get our hands on it. So again, fair enough. I've always thought that was fair enough. But
there was supposed to be an interview today, I think it was today anyway, with Jim Ryan, where he said that the PS5 won't play PS1, 2, and 3, but we've heard several times that it will. So he's saying it won't. We've heard it will, but according to Hip Hop Gamer, it's like he's almost calling him a liar when he said that, because he says if he can, on September 30th, he's supposed to show us what they have, and apparently it's running 1, 2, and 3 from the PlayStation Now. The fact that he said that, I guess, could potentially get him in trouble because he's basically calling Jim Ryan a liar. But he said he's wanting to show what's being shown, but he has to wait till September 30th to show it. I don't know what's going on. There seems to be a lot of misinformation. I'm not calling Hip Hop Gamer a liar.
Oh, no, I
He's
understand.
quite intelligent. I think he knows a lot of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But on a, what do they call that now? On a marketing level, they're not ready to unveil that apparently. And maybe Hip Hop Gamer has missed that. I don't know for sure, but that's just a speculation.
Yeah, well, yeah, like the Booty Warrior said, we're gonna do it the easy way, or we're gonna do it the hard way. So, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see on how they do it. And like I said, shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. I'm excited to watch that stream. I certainly hope they have some PS3 and PS2 and PS1 games back compat. But if they don't, I'm not like gonna shrivel up in a ball and be like, so because that's not why you buy a next-gen console. That's but that's me. Again, everybody's different. Not gonna argue with nobody. But guys, go ahead. Let's go ahead.
I was just going to say, I agree with you 100%. The only reason the backwards compatibility is such a big deal is purely because of the Xbox, because they have nothing new to look forward to, so they completely rest on the old titles, and Microsoft keeps spoon feeding them. The thing is, you've also got the PC guys jumping on that now, because they keep talking about how even though you can buy new hardware, you can still play your old games. That's actually not true. I know from firsthand experience, because there are games I have right now on PC disc that will not run on my current PC. I have to install them, and it's what's so stupid. I have to install them on old 32-bit hardware and transfer the files to my newer hardware. And the games that don't have to do that, they look so bad, they barely run. And a lot of the time, I have to either go into configuration settings or I have to download special software. So when they say that old games run on newer hardware, that's not 100% true. You have to jump through a lot of hoops most of the time, and sometimes if you don't have 32-bit hardware, your old PC disc will not work, depending on what age they came out. Because I have games on PC disc from the late 90s. Mm-hmm. One of them I can install with 64-bit hardware. There's one of them though. It's actually my favorite PC shooter, if you want to call it such. It was an old, based off of like anime, but it's a Japanese. It was kind of based off the Japanese thing, but it's actually made by Monolith. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you're familiar with Monolith. It's the same people that do like the Fear games and all that.
Yeah, Fear was underrated.
Yeah, it's called Shogo Mobile Armor Division. Now you can download that for like $10 on good old games, but if you have the disc like I do, you cannot install that on 64-bit hardware. You have to have a machine that runs 32-bit hardware just to install that game.
Damn. Now, there's a game called F-16 Allied Force I would love to play on my PC, but there's no way for me to get it. Or if there is, I don't know how to get it. So, well, I may have to go to that good old game. So that's where sounds like all the simulators that I'm used to playing are at. But then again, those would be trash compared to what I'm playing now. So
I'd love to be able to go back and play U.S. Navy Fighters 97 Jane's Combat Simulation.
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking. Yeah, I played that. I played
that game in the late 90s and loved it, but something happened to the disc where it wouldn't play right anymore. As I borrowed it from a friend, and it randomly stopped working correctly. I don't know what happened. I really don't, but I had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah.
And I think it was the F4J Phantom 2 was my favorite jet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I played all those Jan simulators from the Jan's Fighters to the F-117 Stealth. I played all that. Yeah. And that was back in the day when you just plugged and played. That's what it was called. It was called plug and play. So, yeah, I totally understand that. But, yeah, guys, I am gonna bounce off here. Now, Rollo God saying the moist fruit booty Xbox fanboys hyping old games. Well, like I said, that's fine. I mean, yesterday was total destruction. And all I would like for Xbox to do now is just to show us some games running on the Xbox. That's it. And I mean, I'm not going to wait on because I'm not buying one. But shout out to the people that are buying one. I just would like to know, why are you buying it and you haven't seen anything on it? But it's not going to keep me up tonight. But I do have to go. I want to listen to Kevin Samuels give out the Godfather himself talking. So, guys, thanks for hopping on, and I do appreciate you all being here. And guys, that is it. I'm going to end the podcast. I certainly shout out to everybody that came by late tonight. Like I said, this wasn't planned at all. Don't tell yourself that it was. You know. So
Thank you for having me on and letting me speak. I think the main reason I jumped on was to let y'all know what was going on with the pre. Yeah, that's what it was. I was letting y'all know what was going on with the Walmart pre-orders and.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I appreciate it, and I'm sure that people will keep it going tomorrow. Because again, a lot of people, caught with their pants down, myself included. I'm not running nobody into the ground, but me, caught totally off guard. I thought they would give us at least a week or two to get ready. That is one thing Microsoft, I think, did much better. 24 hours would have been enough time, but not. But especially in now. 24 hours at this point, the way information moves is a lifetime. So yeah, but they caught me with my pants down, sort of in the wind, pissing in the wind. So, but yeah, so shout out to everybody that was able to get one. And like I said, I'm envious and jealous. And if you have one extra, keep the church in mind, because that's not my PS5. That's the Lord's PS5. So I'm just kidding with you. All right, guys, that is it. I'm going to get on and off here. I do appreciate you all being here. And I am going to go to bed like a good guy, like an old man. So peace out, guys, and have a good evening.
Have a good
Peace.
Mm-hmm.